live stream. All right, we are currently live. We're currently live on YouTube.
Yeah. Is that the green light?
Yep, green light.
All right. Welcome to episode 81. This episode 2OC we talk about boxes of birds. Apple is so last year. And why does Anton keep seeing shits fired? I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Duong.
And I just spit into my mic.
We need to get one of those, spit shield.
Yeah, the pop filters.
The pop filters.
Okay, so I was going to start with a holiday recap, but you got me curious. What the hell do you mean by shit's fired?
Yeah, so interesting that you brought that up.
You brought it up.
Yeah, I brought it up. So
before recording, a little behind the scenes. Before recording, Anton kept saying, "Shit's fired, shit's fired, shit's." I'm like, what?
Okay, so I think it was one of the holidays, after the holidays.
Okay.
And it was in the middle of the night, probably like around 9 or 8 o'clock. I went to a restaurant, a Chinese restaurant called Red Lantern here in Sanford. And it was inside of a Walmart plaza. So after finishing dinner, we paid and everything. And right as we left the door, there's a bunch of cops outside telling us to go back in.
Oh, this story. Okay.
Yeah, so it's crazy because we're like, what's going on? So they didn't really tell us what was going on. We just had to stay in the restaurant the whole time. So we were there for like a good hour and a half. And there was another family that was there with us, and they got pretty pissed off. I mean, it got to a point where he was calling the Sanford police, Lake Mary police, and also I think it was Winter Springs police, because they were all there. I think this was after Christmas. Or on Christmas Day, actually.
This was the day after Christmas. This is Christmas Day, you're right.
Yeah. It was Christmas Day. And we bought tickets to go see Spider-Man again. I wanted to go see it again. And, yeah, dude, we got stuck there for a good hour and a half, not knowing what was going on. So I went on Twitter just to see if there's anything, or I went on the news on the app just to see if there's something on TV.
Yeah, the police blotter at least, right?
Yeah, at least someone's talking about it. I just want to know what's going on. So then I went on Twitter, and if you can look at your text right now, I texted you this picture. Let me see if I can pull it up to...
All right. Hashtag breaking. We are responding to a possible shits fired call in the parking lot of Walmart in Reinhardt Road. Oh, Reinhardt. It is still an active scene. Media staging will be at the Burger King off of Town Center. It's hashtag Sanford.
Yeah.
So shit's fired. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, shit's fired. And then read the caption at the very bottom. They try to correct themselves.
Oh, Sanford, please. Please excuse the typo. It was a shots fired ...
Yeah.
I got a lot of, it's funny. The correction almost got as many hearts as the actual post.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible, especially with Twitter, because I think once anybody makes any interaction or impression on your post, you can't change it anymore.
Yeah, you can't. It's interesting that you can do that on Facebook, but you can't do that on Twitter. But I guess in a way, Twitter is kind of permanent.
Yeah, and I think that's why. The Twitter doesn't want people to be able to like post something and then everybody shares it, and then somebody goes in there, edits it, and like, oh, everybody liked this racist post.
Yeah.
It's stuff like, oh, but it was racist when I liked it.
You could delete the whole thing, but they can't delete the whole thing because they need to have their own record, I guess.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
But that's funny though. But everything's all right with the you and your party when you guys were out to dinner?
Yeah, so we wanted to leave, and it took us an hour and a half to get out of there. And once we got out of there, we're like, we're not going back. And then one of my cousins forgot their wallet there.
Just let it go. It's fine. Just let it go. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So we went back for it, but they didn't let us go back in. So then some police officer had to go in with a vest, with a camera, just to retrieve the wallet.
Oh, this is right after the scene. Like, it wasn't in, like, the next day or anything like that?
No, it was right after the scene, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what happened.
Oh, that sucks, dude. So, meanwhile, I guess we'll go right into the holiday talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Christmas Eve, I just hung out with my family. We did the Mexican thing, opening the presents at midnight, quote unquote midnight. It wasn't really eventful. Just had dinner there. Christmas Day, me and my girlfriend went out to watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Your girlfriend?
Yes, that is one of the social media official things now.
Yeah.
We kept it on the down low until after the holidays.
Yeah, this is the first time on the The2OC that you're mentioning about this.
I have been very careful about my wording.
Okay.
I usually say went to go see it with someone, or I just said I went to go see something or do something. I didn't say with who I was.
Okay.
It is funny that just Si's first impression was it was my friend Juliet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so you're Juliet? I'm like, no, we're just friends. Like, how many times do I have to tell you guys? We are literally just friends. But yeah, so we did that. But we'll talk about Spider-Verse. I know we talked about it before the holidays on episode 79, and I think you and Josiah talked about it again in episode 80.
Yeah, this time we're actually getting your impression of it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in the revisits in the movies.
Okay.
Let's see here. New Year's Day, not really. Just made lasagna with the girlfriend again, and then that was it. Like, it was. Which actually worked out well because apparently right after midnight on the 22, there was a multi-car crash that resulted in 2 deaths. Ooh. Right after midnight. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like that, I'm like, okay, well, glad I wasn't driving.
Yeah. Usually during those times, I'd rather go home early or just sleep over at somebody's.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, even the next morning, because I remember I used to have to work on the day after Christmas. And just going to work the next morning, it was freaking dangerous because like I'd be going at 6:30 or 7, and you could still see people swerving. Like there's still drunk people out there like that early in the morning.
Yeah, they're totally hungover.
No, really not even hungover. Like, no, not even hungover. Some are legit drunk. Like, they were still out partying until like 4 in the morning. So like at 6 in the morning, they're still drunk.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I was still drinking when it was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like I tend to just lay low. Like, either I don't go out those days or I just stay in and just not drive. Try to avoid it.
It seems like you were off for quite a couple of days.
Yeah, I took all of Christmas week off, and then stupid me forgot to request for the 31st off. I don't know why. So I went back to work for 1 day, and then I went off again on the 1st, and then I'm back to work yesterday.
Was there anyone even there on the 31st?
No, and I just work. Look, good thing I just work from home, and I'll just IMing my coworker Elizabeth. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be very attentive right now. Like, nobody's here, so we're just on standby. Pretty much, like, we're just on standby in case like pretty much the place goes on fire and we need to take action. But other than that, like,
what are the chances of that?
Right. No, but even then, I don't know what we could have done. Yeah. No, because I work with like projects or like big things, so like I can't get anything done without any managers there to approve what we call corrective actions. So like I can't do anything. All I can do is, cool, that shit happened. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's usually the case. I mean, even at my workplace, there's a lot of the people that work with me. Once it gets around like 4 o'clock and they already got most of the stuff done, they're like, we're going to leave it until next weekend. It's usually on Fridays when they feel like it.
Yeah. No, like yesterday I was struggling to get back into the work mode because I got so used to just like taking it easy. Like, I was like, okay, I have shit to do now and I should really start focusing again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Did you take any time off? I couldn't pinpoint your schedule because some days you're like, oh, working.
Yeah, most
Hey,
of
you
the
want to
time.
play Overwatch?
Yeah, most of the time I'm working because during the holidays we still have stuff to do.
Yeah.
But we took a couple days off this year. We took New Year's off, and we also took Christmas off. So
Asians take time off?
yeah, it's a
That's
little
crazy,
weird. A little
right?
weird for me. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it's good. And for the audio listeners, we haven't really gone anywhere, but in reality, we took a week off because we double recorded on for episode 79 and
Yeah,
80.
they were really good episodes, so I highly recommend
It
listening
was
to them.
a
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. If you have not heard to episode 80, our New Year's special with Josiah's from the Comic Syndicate and Deep Dives, and my brother RG from Deep Dives. They joined us. We had a lot of fun going over 2018, 2019 goals and what we're looking forward to, and also kind of screwing with them with the premise of their show a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, they kind of made fun of ours with the real 2OC.
I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. That was our little comeback.
Yeah. Well, the
uh,
title was the real Orange County.
yeah, the real
Yeah.
OC. I think that episode, and if people haven't checked it out, it's their Deep Dives and Rabbit Holes podcast, but he's still posting it under the Comic
Comic
Syndicate
Syndicate.
stream or
Mm-hmm.
RSS feed. That one they talked about kind of Orange County stereotypes,
Mm-hmm.
which are true, which aren't, and like earlier today, I said on the 22. Like, why do Orange County is one of the few places to say the in front of the freeway number instead of I-405, we say the 405,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I mean, if you guys haven't checked out Deep Dive Rabbit Holes or Comic Syndicate, subscribe to that. Check that out. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. Any other exciting holiday stuff?
I did Christmas with the family over here on New Year's because they had some things that they needed to take care of outside of the country. So when they came back, it was already too late to do Christmas. So we did it on New Year's. So I was able to get an iPad Pro.
Yeah.
And dude, I think this is probably one of the best technology that I've ever owned. It's a lot to say because it's an iPad. You would just think it's an iPad, but no, the iPad Pro is a whole different story. And I can't wait until the iPad, the stuff that's on it, will go to the iPhones because I think that would totally change the way that we would use iPhones. And I don't want to go into much detail on it because it's very hard to explain. You have to be using it to understand.
Yeah, it's kind of hands-on experience.
Yeah.
I did want to follow up. What happened to your brother-in-law? I know he was stuck in Texas for a couple hours.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of weather problems in Texas right now, or in the past week. He got stuck in Texas, and his flights keep getting canceled every single time he goes on one.
Because when you texted me, how long was he already at? I think you said Dallas?
Yeah, he was in Dallas, and I guess he was scheduled for a flight. That one got canceled before he even went on. Second one, he went on, but it got canceled. And then the third one, which was like the last flight of the night, he totally made that one. But even the day before, when he was supposed to fly, they canceled his flight and said, don't even think about flying today at all. So he missed a day.
No, I that must suck to have your flight canceled while you're on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what do you mean I'm right here? What do you mean it's canceled?
Yeah,
The
that
plane
actually
is here.
happened to
I'm
me
here.
once.
I don't get. Is it like they double booked that airplane?
No, it's because of
Or the weather
problems or
okay.
traffic, really.
Okay. So how much time did he spend at Dallas though?
I think he spent probably a good 8 hours.
Ah, jeez, I can't imagine doing that because airports are freaking like there's so much stuff at airports, but they're all expensive and they're all very lame. Like they're watered down versions of whatever it is.
And if you really know the thing about the airlines is they are willing to give you vouchers for meals. So just be sure to ask for them.
Yeah, they're not going to volunteer it, but unless it's very like bad situation. But if you bug them, they'll kind of subtly give it to you.
Yeah.
All right. One more thing before we move on to news.
Okay.
So this is something I've been meaning to ask, but I haven't had time. During LA Comic Con, One of the books or one of the booths I walked by was for something called popular culture psychology. It's similar to the philosophy books we're using, like, oh, the philosophy of Batman, philosophy of The Simpsons, except it's looking into the psychology of different pop culture things. And I wanted to see which one you think I should buy before I buy it.
Okay.
So I still have the little card that I got from the booth. It's a book series. It looks like it's collaborations, but the main one, created by or edited by Travis Langley.
Mm-hmm.
They have the psychology of Doctor Who, psychology of Wonder Woman, Star Trek, Supernatural, The Walking Dead, Star Wars, Captain America versus Iron Man,
Mm-hmm.
and Game of Thrones.
Ooh, that's really hard. I mean, I think you should go with something that you think you're familiar with.
Which is kind of all of them, actually.
How far are you on Game of Thrones? Because I know that's pretty much out of the water. Because you're not that far.
I think I was midway through season 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you already passed the Red Wedding?
Yes.
Okay, was that messed up or what?
The whole freaking series is messed up. What are you talking about that, babe?
But it's good, right? It's getting better.
Yeah. That first season, the first half wasn't bad. The second half of the first season was a bit of a struggle to get through. Mm-hmm. But that episode kind of like, okay, I'm waiting for the second season, stuff like that. Yeah. So any suggestions? Because some of these I know better than others, and that makes me want to, like, oh, I'll go with that. But I'm like,
well, Supernatural is something that's very intriguing because you got caught up on that show for a while now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of seasons, and there's a lot of effed upness about it too, and like as effed up as you can be on network TV.
Yeah, and I think they're pretty good at keeping that show fresh and new.
Yes, but even when they don't, they kind of make fun of themselves too. Yeah. They admit to their own repetitiveness. Yeah, there's an episode where they've gone through like, this seems familiar. Haven't we gone through this before?
I felt that way with Smallville.
Oh yeah, the same cycle over and over again.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with Captain America and Iron Man. Something. Okay. I think I get a 2 for that one. Yeah. So I think I'll go with that one.
It's ongoing still. I mean, like we read so far on different sites. There's still more to Captain America.
Well, and I'm kind of curious to see if they focus just on the MCU or if they go into the comic book versions of them. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Cool. All right, Anton. Let's get into news.
All right, news time.
All right, so I'll let you kick off the news segment. What is going on with Apple?
Okay, so Apple stocks are going down. They have plummeted it quite a bit within the past couple days. And there's a big reason behind all that. Tim Cook wrote a letter addressing what's going on at Apple right now. And they lost a lot of money. And that's due to the iPhone sales. And there's a big reason behind that, too.
I'm not going to say they lost money. They just didn't make as much money.
Yeah, they didn't make as much money as they hoped for.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because of people this past year, well, it ended on the 31st, is that you're able to bring your iPhone, I think iPhone 6 and forward.
Uh-huh.
You can bring your phone in and get a brand new battery for just $30.
Which I still wouldn't do because the performance is peaked. So either they're not, well, I know for sure they're not supporting.
That's not true because the reason why the performances on the old phones are so bad is because it's trying to reserve the battery power to last all day.
No, that's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it peaked so that they're not supporting it with the new updates anymore. It is what it is now. They're not going to touch it because now it's going to be more about power reserve.
Yeah.
Which is
realistically, I wouldn't care so much for iPhone 6, 7. Yeah. Maybe 8 and forward,
No, but that's the thing. So, I mean, people got all, like kind of like got you Apple when they found out that Apple was downgrading performance with updates when then like as after like over a year or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but Apple's like, no, you guys, we need to downgrade performance or else your battery isn't going to last with the upgrades we make to it.
Hmm.
And people are bitching about it. So now they find like, fine, we're no longer going to downgrade performance. You get the update. It is what it is. And now people are bitching about battery.
Is it? Yeah. So my cousin went a couple of days ago because her phone was broken. It's not because she wanted a new battery.
Yeah.
She just got the iPhone XR, and it bricked on her. I have no idea why. She doesn't even have an idea why. So she went to the Apple store on the 31st, and they were totally booked that day. It was super
Yeah.
packed because everybody that was there, they were trying to replace their battery for their phones before the 31st.
But not just that, but I have never gone to an Apple store and it was empty. So it's not like Apple as a company struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if okay, not giving stock advice, but if I had the extra money, I would totally invest in Apple right now.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean,
this
is
is
still high.
no, yeah, no, it was still super high, but I mean, this is a nice dip enough for Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's just people, investors that aren't really into technology, kind of doing a kind of jump scare
Mm-hmm.
and just reacting out of fear.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, so that's kind of weak, ridiculous. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, so
All
I
right,
think what Apple's going to do is probably go back to the drawing board and figure out what people are missing and what people would want in the next iPhone. And probably that's their selling factor to get people to buy the new phones instead of keeping the old ones.
they need to go back to their original um, releases where they were doing uh, major release next year, minor upgrade, same model, same everything, just minor upgrades, and then second year major releases again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think now they're switching it up every year, and like me, I hesitated until I saw what they were going to releasing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that's what they need to do. They need to space out the releases and plan out what they're going to give with each release.
Yeah. So, anyways, what is it about this new fad called the Chipotle Lifestyle?
So I think Chipotle is joining the whole new me bullshit thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chipotle has launched their lifestyles bowls, and these are bowls specifically tailored for different diets out there right now. So you
So,
don't even have to think about what you're putting into your bowl. You just tell them what type of diet you're on.
so
Uh,
that's what Subway has been doing forever.
have they?
Yeah, they have a slim menu,
No,
and
no, no, no.
for a while they had an Atkins menu.
So that's closer. The Atkin was closer. So now they have. So Chipotle's offering the Whole30 salad bowl, the
Mm-hmm.
Paleo salad bowl, the Keto salad bowl, and the double protein bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different specific diets, so you know what you're getting for each one. Um, I think this is ridiculous because it's pretty much the exact same ingredients for each one. Minus like the only difference, literally, is uh the protein. So the
Makes sense.
Whole 30 and Paleo, it's it has carnitas. The Paleo has barbacoa, and the Keto has carnitas.
It's just basically the same ingredients every time you go. You just if
It's
you're
minor.
yeah, it's just a name. They put a name on it so then people know
Exactly.
what they're ordering. But
Exactly. So
realistically, if you're already in that diet, you're already ordering those foods.
yes, so that's what I'm saying. If you're already on this diet and you've done your research, you don't need them to make the bowl for you. You know what to pick out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like they're making these ingredients specially for that diet.
Yeah.
These are already the ingredients they already have on there.
It's kind of
I
like going to Taco Bell and ordering the double taco. When it's just two tacos, you just order two tacos and just put the two tacos together.
Convenience. It's convenience. It's fine. No, that's fine. I'm fine. No, but I think this is targeting more of the casual dieter or the new dieter for the new year.
The fads.
The fad. So like when somebody says like, I want to lose blah 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 pounds by starting January, I'm gonna start my diet. and they haven't done research, they haven't prepared, but they see Chipotle's, oh, well, I'm doing the paleo diet. They have a paleo bowl. I'll go to that. They did my research for me.
Yeah. I think it's more of like a PR thing.
It
Since it's
is.
like the new year. This is
I
probably something that's going to be popular.
No, I give it until usually the diets fall off in
2
February.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, no, February. So I give them until the springtime before they get rid of this. They get rid of this menu.
Yeah, you already know. I mean, usually January is the worst time to go to the gym, and then in
Yeah.
February you see people, just not showing up at the gym as they're supposed to.
Yeah, seriously. And I think this is going to be only on the app.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe so it's a way for them to, and that's another thing too. They're not upgrading the menus in the store, so it gives me a bigger urge that this is temporary.
Yeah.
But
You already
it
know.
works. It works for sales and it works for promoting their app.
Mhm.
Okay. The next one is going to be, and this is very LA centric. A couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I talked about an earthquake that happened in LA, just off the coast, and I posted a video on our social media of blanking out which university was studying. I think it was Caltech. They were they were able to predict, well, not predict, but able to communicate and give alert to an incoming earthquake. So it's using electronic signals that are faster than the wave of an earthquake, and just gives you an alert. So now that they tested the last 2 earthquakes and it did work, they're rolling out an app called ShakeAlertLA, and this will give LA residents about a 20-second head start on a magnitude 5.0 earthquake or higher.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're doing that now. Well, I
Well,
think it is important for Californians to know, those when those events are going to happen.
exactly, and it's like, oh, it's only 20 seconds, but they're promoting a seconds matter. That could be the difference between you walking into a dangerous area for an earthquake and you kind of waiting it out and not going in there, or getting out before it's too late. And even though it's only for LA right now, they do want to expand it to the rest of California soon.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason it's for LA right now is because it was funded with the backing of the LA mayor.
Yeah, that's interesting that you bring this up because here in Central Florida we have this thing called OCFL alert, and it'll let us
Mhm.
know when the tornadoes are coming in, or when the hurricanes are coming in, or
Yeah.
anything that is catastrophic in the area.
Well, I mean, tsunamis would work for you guys too, or yeah, right, hurricanes. Um, anything that's slower than an electronic signal, you guys can get an alert for.
Mm-hmm.
You guys might be able to get away from impacted area, but you can prepare yourself by getting to higher ground or getting to a safer location.
Yeah, true.
Yep. All right, Nathan, that's it for news.
All right.
You ready? Ready to start a new segment, Streamin?
Yeah, it needs its own category.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out, and we're like, let's make streaming.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. First out of the gate here, we have the Birdbox.
The Birdbox.
Yeah, did you check it out yet?
Yes, I did. Did you?
Yes, I did. So, just as a quick recap, the Birdbox is a Netflix original movie starring Sandra Bullock. It's about a woman that's stuck in the middle of a natural disaster, biological warfare, something spiritual, demonic. Something is causing people to do suicidal or homicidal things, and nobody knows what's going on. And you're kind of following her through this world, trying to survive and trying to figure out the puzzle.
Okay, so let me give you my thoughts on it. I thought it was pretty well organized for the story. I really like how it was going back and forth through time to tell the story.
Yeah.
I like that there was a pretty good cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, watching this on Netflix, it feels a little cheaped out. I mean, I felt like,
It feels like a sci-fi original movie.
yeah, it does. What do you think? That's how I felt when I was watching it.
I couldn't get past. I felt that they were really trying to um use Sandra Bullock's name to promote this movie.
And John
I think,
Malkovich.
and John Malkovich, you're right. I forgot. You know what? I didn't recognize it at first. That is him. He plays a good asshole.
Yeah, he plays a good whatever you tell him to play. So.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying no in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just couldn't get past it. One thing I did call out, I'm like, Sandra Bullock plays a pregnant woman, but I'm like, she's in her 50s. Like I don't see her as a good candidate to be playing a pregnant woman. That probably sounds sexist, and I'm not really a biologist, but it just seems so old to me.
So surprisingly, a lot of actors and actresses still look a little younger, like up to 10 years younger.
Not her.
Yeah.
I mean, like she's still hot for her age, but she does not look that much younger than her real age. But okay, I mean, going into the story though, I thought it was very intriguing, because they had a character, I think his name was Charlie. He was kind of the, what do they call it? Exposition. Yeah. For the background for this like what could be happening.
Damn it, Charlie.
Yeah, so he gave a lot of different references, and I was actually impressed by how deep they dug. However, they made fun of the internet geek, because like he ranted off what this could be. He went through, like, mythology, and saying like, oh, this culture called it this culture called it that, and then they said, oh, where did you learn this? On the internet. Oh, kind of like it's got them. I'm like, okay. The internet? I'm like, hold on. This is a streaming movie. The majority of Netflix users are, I would say, at least internet savvy. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna make fun of internet savvy people.
Yeah.
So that one kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I mean, it was a very, put it this way, this movie had a lot of cinematic symbolism.
A lot.
All over the place.
It was it was everywhere throughout the whole entire movie. I think that kind of gives you an in-depth of what the writer was trying to go for.
Right.
And I think if this movie was in the movie theaters,
yeah,
I don't think it would appeal to a whole bigger audience.
This would never have been in movie theaters in this version.
Yeah.
There would be, production companies would have done so many edits and rewrites to this, and we'll get into the ending without spoilers, but this would not have been a cinematic ready movie.
Okay, so how do you feel about this? Because I know that, usually when certain movies go into the movie theater, not everybody goes to go see it.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, because it's a Netflix movie,
yeah,
because word of mouth, people are just going to go see it at home.
It's very convenient.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. They pay for a service that, comes with a bunch of other movies to watch too.
Yeah.
Since this is, word of mouth, a lot more people would see it. It would get more eyes on it.
Yeah, no, this is one of those, I would not have seen it if it wasn't for all the memes online. Yeah. The memes online kind of pushed me to watch it, because I'm like, damn it, I want to know what that's going on. Mm-hmm. But this is one I could have easily waited for.
It's a rental.
If it wasn't streaming, it would be totally a rental, or wait for streaming. Maybe they're trying to bypass that. What did you think about the ending? Without spoilers.
Okay, I thought the ending, it was a good ending compared to some of the other similar movies that we've already watched, like A Quiet Place.
The Happening.
The Mist.
Yeah.
It's a good reference to this movie. It felt like The Mist.
Yeah. My girlfriend mentioned that this is a very M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yeah, no, this is... I feel... okay, I have nothing against movies leaving the ending ambiguous, or leaving it up to the audience. Mm-hmm. However, I wish they gave you more clues in the movie to make it rewatchable so you can try to piece it together better.
Hmm.
I feel even if you can watch this a million times and you're never going to get more information out of it.
I think because it was such a small budget movie,
Yeah.
and Netflix,
Yeah.
I think they weren't able to do all that.
But the thing is that's more of like an edit, a writing thing, though,
Hmm.
to include just a little more detail about what's going on. Also,
So what you're trying to say, Charlie should have been kept in the movie for a while longer.
not even that, but even if it was like some subtle thing, I know they tried to throw in some drawings.
Hmm.
However, those are drawings from a crazy person, and there's so many variations that you don't really see consistency.
Mm.
Um,
So you wanted
I want,
something more
I
than Cloverfield.
yes, I want clues throughout the movie that we can definitively say, okay, all these clues put together equals this for the ending.
Hmm.
We don't get the clues. We get the symbolism of the movie, but we don't get the actual resolution of it.
Hmm.
Um, Also, one thing that bugged me, how many bullets does she have in her gun?
It's unlimited bullets.
It seems like it. I'm sorry, if you're wasting bullets that willy nilly,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous, dude. And the thing is, like, you're not even shooting towards where the people are.
Yeah, and there was that moment where they're surprised that she knows how to use the gun, and she never
Oh,
really mentioned on how she remembers.
they never gave background on that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but okay. So one thing I'm going to give to Trevante Rhodes, I think that's his name.
Hmm.
Plays Tom in the movie. That guy knows how to handle the gun.
Yeah.
He was a freaking badass with that gun. So that you think that after all this time he would have given her some lessons? You don't shoot unless you know where they are, and if you have a better idea of where they are, do not shoot the opposite way.
Yeah. I was expecting to see him teaching the kids instead of her.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, Also, okay, one other thing too, and this is not really. It's a moment to show you what kind of person she is. But she named the kids boy and girl. Why didn't he name them?
I think he probably did come up with names, but they didn't show up that scene.
I don't know. I mean, that would have been a good twist. If they showed like, oh, it turns out he did name them.
Hmm.
Like, oh, like this is boy and girl. No, Tom called us blah 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 kind of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was just like that thing. One thing, but I'm like, okay, I understand she doesn't want to call him anything, but what about him? Anyways, Anton, what would you give this out of 5?
I would give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I go 3.
Hmm.
I feel I'm being generous with that 3
Yeah, I'm giving that extra half.
because Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. No, no, no. Uh, for effort. I mean, they tried.
Half for effort. Okay, fine. I'll give you that one. All right, Anton. What is Bandersnatch?
Okay, Bandersnatch is a very, very interesting. I don't even know if it's considered as a movie or a episode of a show.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain a little bit of it, and you tell me what you think about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, the show Black Mirror, correct?
Yes.
So they came out with this movie slash episode called
Okay.
Bandersnatch. And this one is about a guy who always wanted to become a game developer. So his idea was to adapt a game from a dark fantasy adventure book called Bandersnatch.
Okay.
So he pitched the idea to a AAA game company called, I forgot what it's called, but it was like this takes place like in the 80s. So you're getting like those Nintendo slash Commodore, Atari style of games.
Right.
So, anyways, he goes down the rabbit hole of ridiculous plots, and there's bunch of different endings. And this movie is an adventure movie where it lets you choose what's going to happen next in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, total in all, you can get up to 3 hours of footage throughout the whole entire movie. And because this movie ends in multiple endings, depending on your choices, this movie can end in less than an hour. Could end at half an hour. Could end at 45 minutes. Could end 2 hours later. So, you remember those books back in the days when you would read a certain page and it'll tell you, hey, if you wanted to go inside this door, go to this page.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, this is basically the same exact concept, but it I feel like it's not so open. Like it felt like it's not really choose your own adventure, because I felt like it was moderated, so you would choose certain things.
So okay, so it's a magician's trick to make you seem like you're giving the options, but really either
they're controlling
they're controlling it, or B, you get one option and then it loops you back to the path they want you to take.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I really like, that they made something different where you can interact with it felt like a Telltale games.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Or the shiny cover Goosebump books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So overall,
no.
I think this is okay. I mean, it's a fun experience. You haven't seen it yet, so I can't really go into the spoilers, because there's so many different things that is going on this thing. I think you're pretty much getting like 10 different storylines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, production-wise, that's a freaking nightmare, because there's so many scenes and like so many things you need to include to make, like, you have to map it all out before you start filming it.
Yeah, I read something where they said they filmed like 50 hours of footage, but then they were only able to get like 3 hours of the whatever this thing's called. So actually, I did go back and I finished all of the endings just to see everything. Yeah, that took me 3 hours. So.
Okay, is that the part? Is that when you started going, okay, this is not true choose your own adventure, or not as random as they make it seem?
Yeah, because there are moments in this where it takes you back and it says, "Hey, do you want to do things differently?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you will go back to the scene. But I think the cool thing is sometimes they change the scene. Sometimes there's like a little bit, like it's the same scene,
subtle difference,
but then they change like the little things, and then the first time you watch it, you're like, oh, did they just change that? Am I out of my mind? Like, did this happen before?
That's why I do screenshots.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's worth checking out, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel if there was another one that came out. I don't think I would spend another 3 hours.
Yeah, well, I think maybe I'll go through it twice, but to check out every single version, I don't think I'd be able to do it. No, so that when you were describing the first part, it kind of reminded me of what's that game you were telling me about? I think last year, was it Gloomhaven?
Detroit Become Human.
No, the board game. Was it Gloomhaven? What's the one that costs like over $100?
Yeah, Gloomhaven.
Yeah, that's the kind of what you told me. Like, or reminded me when you started explaining it. Like, oh, he developed a game. So would what's it called Bandersnatch? Could you substitute Bandersnatch for Gloomhaven in this scenario?
No,
okay.
Because Gloomhaven has different stories. Like the game has like a bunch of stories in there that you can play. So
okay.
This one it's just
no. I'm saying in the show or in the movie, whatever you want to call it. You said that guy based his game off of his game off of this.
Yeah, choose your adventure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what would you rate that?
This one a 3.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you're
Yeah,
grading
the only reason why I give it 3 is because
You saw behind the curtain.
yeah.
You shouldn't have done that, Anton. Shouldn't have done that. All right, Anton. So before we start recording,
Mm-hmm.
I checked out this new show that Hulu has been teasing like crazy for the last 2 months, called The Masked Singer.
It's based on a Korean show.
Yeah, there's a lot of different international versions. There is the Korean show, the most prominent one. There are other countries that have a similar show. So this is the first. And we're okay. I'll start off with the host. So it's hosted by Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have 4 panelists. You have Ken Jeong,
Mm-hmm.
uh, from Hangover movies. Jenny McCarthy. You also have Nicole Scherzinger
Mm-hmm.
from Pussycat Dolls, and Robin Thicke. The premise of the show is that they get real celebrities, could be singers, could be athletes, could be other types of famous people or talents, and they build a costume for them, and they cover their face, their body, and the only thing you can hear is their voice when they're singing. And the other time, their voice is masked, and they give you a little biopic or bio about them, filled with clues about their life to give you a chance to guess who they are. This first one, it has... Okay, I like the premise. I really like the premise. However, they need to do something about their production. Their production is so freaking cringeworthy. Uh, First thing, they have the 2 contestants go head to head each round. So each round is 2 of them. Every time, it's one that can actually sing and one that uses a vocal track.
Yeah.
Which I think, which is so cringe. I'm like, really? Like, so obviously you're gonna vote for this one. You're gonna vote for this one. You're gonna vote for this one. That's one thing that bugged me. The second thing is the panelists suck at asking questions. There's one where they asked Nicole Scherzinger, "Hey, is this one of the Pussycat Dolls? Could it be one of the Pussycat Dolls?" And she asked, "Are you one of the Pussycat Dolls?" Like, how do you not know your own girls?
There's so many of them that doesn't sing.
Yeah, that's true though. And I'm gonna keep watching the show, but the thing that bugs me the most is they try to make this the reveal at the end of the episode, because they vote off one of the contestants at the end, and they reveal who they are. The reveal is so like horror slash music video editing camera work. So as a person, somehow it's really hard to take off their helmet. They can't just unload it. So they're shaking their helmet. They can't do it. The camera's shaking. There's the suspense music. It just, like, holy crap, just freaking do the helmet. Like, just take it off. You can do like a subtle reveal.
It takes like
but
5 minutes for them to take
it really
off.
does. It's like watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z and you're seeing like the fist from different angles.
Yeah, and then it continues on the next episode.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was waiting for. I really thought they were going to do that. I like the premise, but they need to work on their freaking production. This is all right.
So because you said that, the Korean version, the only reason why it works so well is because the judges...
They had Ryan Reynolds.
No. Oh yeah, he was on one of the... Did you see that?
I saw the headlines. I didn't actually see the episode.
Yeah, he was on that show. So it's funny that you say that. Yeah. So anyway, the reason why it works on the Korean show is because the judges are singers. So the objective of the whole thing is at the very end they get to sing with one of the big idols.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Okay, so wait, do the contestants pick who they sing with, or?
No. They don't get to pick who they sing with. Whoever is the special guest that day gets to sing with them.
Oh, that's who they compete against.
Yeah. So and it's very interesting because it's a bunch of different types of people, doing different types of occupations, and they would come here, like you said, they would tell their story, and then some of them can't sing,
Hmm.
and that's objective. Is the judges have to choose someone that they know that can sing. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a in between where the episode can go really wrong or it can
Yeah.
go really right. So that's why it keeps people watching because they want to see who's gonna fail. So that's
I want you to check it on Hulu.
mhm,
Um, because the first contestant that they have, he's dressed as a peacock. He's very Vegas themed,
mhm,
and his hinting that he has a background in magic. He used to be in the spotlight, now he's not,
mhm.
or he's thinking about going back to the spotlight. I'm thinking David Copperfield, and that's the thing. Like, it has to
David
be a
Copperfield's
famous,
still around.
but he's not doing his Vegas show anymore.
It just ended.
No, it didn't he ended his residency a couple years ago, didn't he?
No, he still has a. No, he has a warehouse still with his. He's still in Vegas.
Yeah, no, but I'm
Yeah.
saying no, he's not doing his like his weekly or nightly show in one of the casinos.
One of the casinos he's doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my guesses, but I'm kind of curious who you would think. Great's voice. He did a song from The Greatest Showman.
Maybe it
Um,
was Hugh Jackman.
that was one of the guesses, but it's stupid because one of the guesses like, no, Hugh Jackman's like 6'5". I'm like, no, he's not. But yeah, I'll give this show 2.5 out of 5 until they improve their production. I'm hoping this is kind of like a first episode, getting the kinks out kind of thing. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. What is Alhambra?
Memories of Alhambra. I'll go over it really vaguely because I know we're running short of time. But
I know we're going long again.
yeah,
It's our first episode back.
I know. We started the new year strong. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Memory of Alhambra is a Korean sci-fi drama. The
Okay.
reason why I want to talk about this is because it's very interesting. It's about a CEO of a video game tech company that develops a futuristic user interface contact lens that can project an alternate reality who encounters a mysterious video game from a developer that goes missing.
Hmm.
So the video game is so real, it started to kill like a lot of innocent people. I mean, it was on beta, but it's starting to kill like some of the people that are in it.
Okay.
So he has to investigate and find the missing video game developer by completing the game. So then they can fix a problem before the game launches.
Ready Player One ish.
Kind of like that. It's very interesting that Koreans are doing video game series like a drama series.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, but they do like their video games.
Yeah. So I find this very amusing. It comes out every weekend. There's 2 episodes on Saturday. There's 2 episodes that come out every week, Saturday and Sunday.
And where's it on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if you have a chance, you can check it out. I mean, the only thing that I didn't really like about the show is it's a little slow. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Anton. I'll shelve my next topic, which is 2036 Origin Unknown.
Mhm.
We can talk about the next episode. We can go into movies. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So in movies, closing this. Let's go do a quick recap. This is the first box office update for the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how they performed going to the new year. You see Aquaman still number 1, which is kind of surprising for a lot of people. Number 1 with 222 million, 222.8 million. Number 2, Mary Poppins with 119 million. Number 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with 117.7 million. Number 4, Bumblebee with 81.6 million. And number 5, The Mule, which surprises me, with 70.5 million. I will say I'm a little shocked. I thought Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse would have beaten Mary Poppins this far in.
Yeah, I would think so too. The only problem is Mary Poppins is a bigger title than Spider-Man.
it's a bigger title. It appeals to older parents and also kid friendly movie.
Yeah, I watched it. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Again, I said this during episode 80. I like Emily Blunt. However,
She is so good in it. She is so. I think. Well, because they're both the main stars in it. Lin-Manuel Miranda, amazing. He's so good. Yep. Anyways, let's move on.
Well, very fast though. Did you see that interview that John Krasinski did? I forgot where I was on, where he was talking about him writing A Quiet Place, I think it was him writing A Quiet Place, whatever. Mm-hmm. He was saying like, yeah, it was. I would be writing A Quiet Place. You know, I did this. I killed a baby on this scene, or I did this in this scene, or whatever. And then Emily Blunt would come home saying, "Oh, we just filmed the scene where I was flying through the air. It was amazing." And he goes, "Two different worlds. Two different worlds. both accomplished something today, though."
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good though. They can relate to each other like that in a weird way. All right, Anton. So the next few things we talked about previously. You gave your previews before. Well, except for Aquaman. Actually, neither review Aquaman, right?
No.
Didn't?
We did.
Okay, I was saying, like, what? Okay. So anyways, I'm calling this revisits. Aquaman and Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. Aquaman, I got to see on opening day. Way better movie out of DC than the other ones, except for Wonder Woman.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, okay.
No, here's the thing. The only reason I would give it to Wonder Woman over Aquaman is because Aquaman has this weird pacing. I can't really put my finger on. You're globetrotting at a really unusual pace, and I know it's a weird world that they're trying to introduce you to, but I feel like I don't get enough time to really enjoy those different scenes or different places. Mm-hmm. And also, Pitbull singing, covering Africa is really odd song choice, and I think you warned me about.
Yeah, right. The song choice throughout the whole movie is kind of weird, but it works.
It works in a weird way. You're right about that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a really fun movie. I did hesitate at first at the opening scene when Jason Momoa jumps into the submarine like a badass, like an 80s movie, and just kind of smirks at the camera. Yeah,
that's the first time that you see him as Aquaman. So in the movie, so he has to make an entrance.
So here's one thing that bugged me, and my girlfriend called me a nerd about this. This takes place after the Justice League, or where's his suit?
Oh no! I think it takes place.
No, it takes place after, because they mentioned, "Oh, you saved Atlantis from so and so." Like, no, I saved the world, or I saved the Earth from so and so. So they do reference him saving the world. And what was his name? I'm blanking out on the villain's name.
I thought this was before, because him and Mira never really met before.
Let's see here. So I'm pulling up right now. It was Steppenwolf. They talked about him killing Steppenwolf, or defeating Steppenwolf. So I really... that's one thing that bugged me. Come like this whole, and I'm sure the women were not complaining, because this is Jason Momoa, and
it takes place after.
Told you. See, I caught the little subtle hints. Mm-hmm. So a third of the movie, he is shirtless and black jeans underwater. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, he had a suit. Why did the suit? Even though it wasn't his
Oh, it
like
makes sense. It's from his uncle.
what happened to it?
It's not in the movie.
That's something that bugged me, and that is a very nerd thing to focus on, but it did bug me. But all in that, it was a really fun movie. The comedy with him and Bella Thorne were hilarious.
Bella Thorne,
Eh?
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, holy crap. Amber Heard. Why do I keep confusing them? I swear that is not the first time I've done it too.
Bella Thorne is a little girl. I still
What?
consider her as a little girl, even though she's all grown up and all weirded out.
Okay. First of all, I honestly don't think I'd be able to identify Bella Thorne. I saw a picture of her.
I,
It's a
saw her
name
in
that I
person.
recognize.
I took Julie's little sister and her cousin to the Step It Up panel at D23.
No. No, Amber Heard is pretty hilarious. I feel I feel very very more. I feel very envious that Elon used to hit that.
At one point, yeah.
At one point, yeah. Like damn it, like he's smart and he had her. No, it was a good cast. Um, yeah, no, I really don't want to say about this. I don't know if you want to add anything else to it.
Nope, it was a solid
Yeah,
movie. So, yeah.
yeah. No, I honestly I give it a set 4, and I don't know if that's because I'm still somewhat excited about like how fun it was. I'm sure if I rewatch it, I'll be like in the 3s, but right now it's a 4 for me.
All right.
All right,
That's still a pretty high score. So I mean,
yes,
it's a B.
I give it points for fun.
Okay.
And also Pitbull, Africa, Okay, and the last thing we want to revisit is going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Holy crap, this was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
The artwork at the beginning, I honestly thought I was like, oh my god, this is gonna get annoying because they do kind of an out of focus thing. So they really really use the art to make the audience focus on the characters. So it's 2 characters in the scene. Everybody else in the background is blurred out. I thought that was going to bug me, but no, it was great. Great visuals, funny little jokes in there. I like when he got bitten by the spider, and you see like all like the science, the blood vessels, everything happening, and then they zoom out of his body, and you see him looking at his hand, going, "Yeah."
That was really funny. There's a
Yeah.
lot of moments in this movie that they deliver the jokes so well. And let me get back to the part where you said, a lot of the scenes were out of focus.
Mm-hmm.
There was okay, so on Rotten Tomatoes, during the time when the reviews first came out, everything was 100%. And there was this one guy that came in and just gave it a 0. And the only reason why he gave it a 0 is because he said the first 15 minutes he had to leave because it was so out of focus, and he just didn't want his eyes to get distorted, and so bad he had to leave. So
No, he wanted to be a hipster.
yeah, so I watched it the second time for that whole thing that he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I think if you really think about it, if you were to shoot a regular movie, there's gonna be like things that are out of focus, and there are gonna be things that are in focus.
Right. It's a camera. It's a camera technique.
Yeah, and I noticed that most of the scenes that had a lot of the out of focus, it was basically having objects in there for it to focus on the main character. But I guess all he was looking at is just the out of focus thing and not paying attention to what you're supposed to be focusing on.
And that's what I'm saying. If it had 2 characters in the scene, the 2 characters would be fine in focus. Everything else would be blurred out, but that's on purpose. It's not like you're missing out on anything either, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. Actually, I heard that Sony's actually trying to patent that animation technique.
Ooh. That'd be
so
really cool. I'm down to see a lot more of this.
It was the frames actually. So I think it was, cause what's standard? 24?
Mm-hmm.
24 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually dropped it down to 12 to give it that kind of jumpy, staticky kind of look to it.
Really? They brought it down that far?
Yes. So that's why like the scenes kind of jump, the characters kind of jump, like their movements are more what they call popping.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're flipping through the pages of like a flip book.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. That's like those old school like little flip books that you like just go through. Exactly that kind of thing. That's what they're patenting. But dude, I understand it. The music, I came out of it, and I think the first thing I commented was saying like, "Holy crap, that soundtrack was crazy, dude."
The soundtrack is really good.
It's songs that I wouldn't normally listen to, but because it did such a good job of matching the scene to the song and the mood, um, nothing like Miles Morales singing Post Malone to relax himself.
Yeah, Sunflower. I love that.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to that song for the past 2 months.
Yeah, no, my coworker Jasmine, she loves Post Malone, and she recommended a few songs for me, but I never got into it. And then I heard that one, I was like, "All right, your boy finally got me playing one of his songs on repeat." And she goes, "Okay, so you like that one? Try these two."
Yeah. Oh, listen to Better Now.
Yeah.
Listen to Rockstar. Yeah.
No, I knew Rockstar, but I gotta know that one.
Yeah.
Side note, apparently there is a Post Malone air freshener. My coworker Jasmine has one of those in her car.
Why?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared to know what it smells like. It's literally just Post Malone's face smiling at you as it's pressing in your car. So you know what? I'm gonna wrap it up now with I'll give this movie.
Yeah,
I
this is a
definitely watched it.
really big contender to be like the best movie of the year. But
You know what?
it's very hard. I mean, there's so many good movies throughout the year.
Actually, Anton, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'll probably post it on our social media.
Mm-hmm.
Best Marvel soundtrack of the year: Black Panther or Into the Spider-Verse?
Black
Kendrick Lamar
Panther
did a good
had
job.
more songs, dude. Kendrick, amazing job. There's only like 2 or 3 songs that I liked in the Spider-Man soundtrack, so I'm gonna have to give it to Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it is because the songs are better paired in the Spider-Verse that
Mm-hmm.
makes it seem like the album's better.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Tom. I think that wraps up our first episode of 2019.
Did you see the last scene?
Which is the last scene?
Where he's pointing?
Out.
Did you stay for the credits?
Where he's pointing. I'm blanking out now.
Did you stay for the credits?
Yeah.
After credits, where you got Miguel from Nueva York. Set
Oh my God.
in the year 3000.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where he goes back in time. He's like
pointing. Yeah, no. To be honest, dude, I was really struggling to stay that long after the movie because I chugged 2 large Coke Zeros, and I have no idea why I did that.
Oh, okay.
So I was in pain, and I made it through, but obviously I blanked that out. Apparently, I blanked it out. I almost sacrificed my bladder for no reason.
Hey, it was a good movie, so you're just slipping away. So that's no problem at all.
No, exactly. All right, Anton. If people want to support us buying multiple large drinks at the theater, how can I do that?
They can do that by going to our website at www.the2oc.com and maybe buy some buttons in the future if it comes out. Stickers, t-shirts, and maybe something that we were talking about on the show that they can click on our Amazon link and it'll give us a little kickback.
Sweet. That's an easy way to support us. You can also follow us on social media at The2OC on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, 5 stars, whatever the rating system is on the podcast app you're listening to us on. And if you are not watching us on YouTube right now, subscribe to us on YouTube because we also do the live stream so you can, get a sneak peek of the episode a couple days before we post it on the podcast stream. Podcast RSS feed. There you go.
Yep.
All right, Anton. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, wrapping up the first episode recording of 2019. I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Dual.
Have a good one, guys.
Later. And stop.